During the Civil Rights Movement, many frustrated Black Americans found the voice they had been seeking in a charismatic leader and spokesperson for Islam and Black pride, Malcolm X. Malcolm Little was born in 1925 in Omaha, Nebraska, to a poor family of 8 children. At age 6, his father, an outspoken Black nationalist, died in a suspicious accident, and his mother, unable to cope, was later committed to a mental institution. Malcolm became a ward of the state. He excelled in school until a teacher told him that the color of his skin made his dream of being a lawyer unachievable. Disillusioned, Malcolm began selling drugs and stealing. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison at age 21, his future dim. But Malcolm experienced a transformation behind bars. An avid reader, he learned about the Nation of Islam, which stressed Black dignity, pride, and discipline. After his release in 1952, Malcolm joined the Nation of Islam, quickly becoming one of its most prominent ministers. He took the name Malcolm X, declaring that the institution of slavery had stolen his rightful African name. Malcolm X was an electrifying speaker. His confrontational style stood in contrast to Martin Luther King Jr.'s insistence on nonviolence and turning the other cheek. Malcolm X understood Black anger and advocated self-reliance as well as self-defense. As a result, some whites feared him because he embodied the strength, intellect, and resentment of an underestimated and deeply wronged minority. Many Blacks admired him for his rejection of white acceptance as a measure of success. While Malcolm X led protests against police brutality, a division was widening between him and the leader of the Nation of Islam, Elijah Muhammad. After marrying and starting a family, Malcolm traveled to the Middle East and Africa, where he met and befriended white Muslims. As a result, he began to feel that Elijah Muhammad's views were too narrow. He left the nation in 1964 to form his own religious organization, advocating a more tolerant practice of Islam. Soon, Malcolm X began receiving death threats, and in February 1965, his house was bombed. 1 week later, he was assassinated during a speech in Harlem at the age of 39. The loss of Malcolm X was a tragedy felt around the world. Shortly before his death, his life story, the autobiography of Malcolm X, secured his place in history as a symbol of Black pride and the struggle for freedom from oppression. Malcolm X said, "You can't separate peace from freedom because no one can be at peace unless he has his freedom."